And then once you start using it, it can become a product. It can become an industry product that you will use, that you will develop over time. Okay. So I just thought that, giving a concrete example of something that starts from research, gets into an innovation, develops into technology, and then now from a chat GPT like product, all of you can develop a product which is custom to your field. Whatever you are doing, the knowledge of that can be put into documents, images, videos, etc. And this My GPT can then search across that, and then you can make it available on your network, on your private network, on your private computer, to your users. So that is possible now, today. And so I just thought a good example of today's technology that's available, that has come from research, is going into AI. And mind you, obviously, you know that the top world's company, all the trillion-dollar companies like Google, Tesla, Microsoft, IBM, they're all competing for this market. And the one that is doing very well is Meta, for example. Meta owns, it runs Facebook, it runs Instagram, and it has released an open source version of language model called Llama. And that's what I'll be briefly sharing with you. How do you take an open source large language model like Llama and use it to build My GPT? Okay. So I'll keep it brief. I'll just, just to keep your interest. And then, we have our eminent panelists with us. I have Ms. Sukanya Dikshit, who's the head of incubation at Shriram Scientific and Industrial Research, and Mr. Amlan Banerjee, who's here instead of Mr. Tapas Chatterjee, the managing director of SSB Private Limited. So, if you can show, can I see my, okay. Next, please. Yeah. So, I will not talk much about Amrita University. We have 9 campuses, and now 1 campus at Delhi, Faridabad here also. Next. Our Mata Amritananda, my Amma, is the founding member, and she's a humanitarian and a saint. Next. We have so many global forums and great global innovations and collaborations because Amma is known throughout the world. Next. So the universities, some of the mission is compassion-driven research, which means that, for societal benefit. Right? And global impact and education for life and education for living. We distinguish between the two because the skills that are needed to overcome one's career when getting fired or going through stress are often more important than the technical skills we learn. Next. So there's a lot of research in various areas, and I'm not going to, go through all of these different things. Next. Okay, some of the thematic research centers that we have are here, and they're everything from mind brain to cyber security and Zen and so on. Next. Okay, I'd like to pause here briefly since I'm also going to talk about our excellence and AI in healthcare. So we do a lot of research and work currently AI in healthcare at our Amrita Hospital, Faridabad here. And we have, 350 plus doctors, 81 specialities, research centers, robotics, nanotechnology, wireless technology, and AI technology. So I'm, the Dean School of AI, and we also have a BTech, MTech, and a PhD program here. And so we are combining AI in healthcare. We are currently also working with Stanford University build various data collection mechanisms. Next. Okay, so we have this various, you can see our hospital here, which is there in Faridabad, the 2600 plus bed and 500 ICU facility, one of the biggest or the largest, Pravinji, correct me if I'm in Asia. And so this is a major R&D center today for AI in healthcare, and it is here in the Delhi NCR area. Okay, so can you please switch to the other PowerPoint, please? So as I mentioned earlier, I'd like to, give you a brief idea about AI in healthcare today, as from research to technology to innovation that we are doing actively. Next. So there's a lot of work in telemedicine and AI. Next. And the government is also doing like Sanjeevni, the telemedicine program of India. So the India's healthcare challenges are well known. Next. We envision like a basic care clinic that is there at many rural centers. Next. And a slightly more advanced care clinic. Assuming these clinics are there, a lot of AI can be there if we have a small digital center across all of India. Right? Next. So we also do a lot of AI training. I've personally conducted courses in AI for doctors. And now we're not only conducting courses in AI for doctors, we are conducting courses like AI for cardiologists in specialties. Next. So we have personal healthcare with devices, and this is a very important part. DST and MAIT are also doing a lot of projects in this area. Next. Next. So this is an example of a dermatology chatbot where, through the mobile app, you can collect all the symptoms of the patient, including the screenshots, for example, and also the symptoms of the patient. Next. So once you get the symptoms, these can all be given to the doctor. Typically, a doctor does a consultation, 12, 15, 20 minutes max, right? But if they already have the patient history and symptoms and reports with them, we found, next, that it cuts it down by as much as 33%, for example, right? Because they already have the patient information with them. So a simple app like this can be very effective. Next. So here, we're talking about ChatGPT versus an in-house MindGPT. Next. Next. So here, I'm giving you an example of using Llama over ChatGPT, right? By Llama, there are many open source platforms, for large language models. So, there are websites like Kaggle and Hugging Face that you can go to look at them. But I'm just using Llama from Meta company over ChatGPT. It has less errors, it's more cost efficient. Once you have built it, you will have your data privacy and it will give you explainability, because once you put your documents, let's say you convert them to PDFs and you have 10 PDFs and you give it to Llama and you ask it a question, then it will answer the question from those books or those PDFs that you have fed into the system, right? And it will tell you the page number and the line number